All right, Sunday and Monday, Queen of Cups. Okay, this is a beautiful deck. I'll just pull this up so you can take a look at it. So she has got, emotion and relationships in the forefront here. And she's holding that Ace of Cups in her hand with all of the blessings of the potential for relationships. The Queen of Cups is, she's the dreamy, kind of the watery sort of queen that is really on our side when it comes to love. And I think that having a queen at the beginning of the week, which we had two queens last week at the beginning and the end of the week, we're just kind of getting into that feminine energy, however that lands with you. It's just like step into the leadership role. If you are looking at a relationship yourself that you're currently in, step into the leadership role. Have that mother love for yourself, that queen love for yourself to communicate well. I think also in other relationships, keep this big-hearted queen in mind and be generous. Be generous with your love. Be generous with your communication. Let's see what else she got. Yeah, she's right on the edge there. I kind of love that there's this little mermaid right here. Very magical queen here with gentleness in her heart is what I'm getting with the Queen of Cups. Okay, that's the beginning of the week, Sunday and Monday. And, a great way to start, just be thinking about relationships, be thinking about where things are landing with you, with that generous heart of the Queen of Cups. Okay, we are going to take a look at Tuesday and Wednesday. 10 of Pentacles. Oh my goodness, what a blessing. This is our earth signs. This is about as good as it gets, folks. This is the culmination of all your hard work. Look at the 10 Pentacles. Look at the sense of family here. They've captured very well, the elder, the woman there in the front, the dogs, very much a sense of family and generations and passing wealth on. And that can be wealth of wisdom. That can be the wealth of your knowledge. That can be the wealth of your generous heart. But this is really a great way to be in the middle of the week. This is a sense of just abundance. You're feeling really stable or you're ready to get there. If you do the hard work, you're ready to get there and feel really good and stable where you're at in your environment. Also health-wise, I always like to touch on health with Pentacles because, this is showing that your hard work is paying off and you can really feel good about where you're at. Okay, that's what we have for Tuesday and Wednesday. Let's go ahead and take a look at the end of the week. Thursday and Friday, we have the 10 of Wands again. Now, we had this last week, kind of in the middle of the week, if I recall correctly. So we are still carrying a burden of something that might be feeling a little overwhelming. So Wands is the fire. This is our creativity. Again, leadership comes to mind. And this is really about prioritizing what is your burden to carry and what can you delegate or lay down so that you can really hone in on what is going to serve you, so that you can be in the 10 of Pentacles space. Don't lose sight of this. And I'm getting also with the Queen of Cups, be kind to yourself. I said that self-love, that heart space. You are really being hard on yourself right now and trying to say yes to too many things. No is a complete sentence. I'll just put that out there. And that's something I have to work on myself is I don't need to be carrying all of the burdens for everyone all the time. It might be someone else's turn to pick up their own stick, literally, and carry that for a while for themselves. She hasn't started moving yet. I kind of get the feeling that she's gathering that all up. So this is the time to sort out priorities and don't be so hard on yourself. Do what you can do well. And that's also where Pentacles come in. We're thinking of the 8 of Pentacles, which I think we had 2 weeks ago. It's, you're a craftsman. You are a master of your craft. So to do that, you have to decide what your priority is and then really focus on that. All right, that is Thursday and Friday. Let's go ahead and we're going to take a look at the weekend, kind of going into the weekend. I like this deck. 7 of Pentacles. Okay, so we've got water, earth, and fire. No air in this yet. We may see that in the expanded reading, but So Seven of Pentacles is about having that patience. You've planted the seeds, you've done the work, and now it's just time to wait and see what happens and trust the process. That's what's really coming to mind here. You know, we have such positive, abundant cards at the beginning of the week. And if we get bogged down on Thursday and Friday, kind of like sorting through this kind of stuff that's just might be chatter in our heads for one thing, trust the process because you have laid the groundwork. Literally, you've planted the seeds, you've watered them. She's got her little watering can there, and you know, I know she looks kind of like, okay, when is this going to happen? You know, I'm waiting and waiting, but patience really will pay off this week. And I think on the weekend, because we are getting this patience card and trusting the process, take a deep breath, slow down, so that when you have decided what is your priority with the Ten of Wands here, what your priority is, then you're going to be able to take that deep breath, step back, and trust the process that you've watered that seed. It is growing. There will be abundance. And then you know, we will reflect the feeling that we got or the goals we've got earlier in the week for this Ten of Pentacles. All right, that's lovely. That is just great. So what I'm going to do now is going to do